How do you cope with being a loser in your mid-30s? I have had a few friends in this boat. I just want to tell people on this thread, nobody else is looking at you as critically as you're looking at yourself. You can end up in a place you don't like, where you're not happy and you're not fulfilled, without that making you a loser. Your circumstances aren't a reflection of your character, even though they feel that way. Life's a game you can't lose at until you quit playing, and you get to make up the win criteria. No one else can do that for you. Well, my current plan is to blame the pandemic until I turn 40. Went back to school and got a degree in what I wanted to do. Got divorced. Moved. Starting living my life on my terms instead of always putting other people first. Edit, thank you for the gold. My first. Dude, I think you need therapy. Looking through your post history, I can see that you've got a PhD in mole bio, you're making progress physically, but you're wallowing in self-pity. You have all the ingredients to find success professionally, romantically, and socially, but you are limiting yourself because of your mindset. Get the help you need and succeed in life. Understand yourself and your circumstances. It might help to find a professional therapist. Therapists help guide people. They don't just work with depressed, crazy or suicidal people. Commit small infringements against the label every day. Every little thing you do that isn't a thing a loser would do, like exercising, or reading a book, or eating healthy, or getting up early, or kicking a bad habit, or donating to a charity. These are all your own tiny acts of rebellion against your own self-appointed identity. And once you commit those rebellions, they're yours forever, and nobody can take them away from you. 30? Bro, you're still young. My fiancé's mom was a drug addict with 2 children at the age of 16. Today, she is an RN on a COVID unit making $100K a year after a few years of school. The only time you're wasting now is feeling bad about not doing something earlier. Do something now. It damn sure ain't too late. You're 30, you're fine. Saving this thread for when I enter the mid-30s lol. My dude, my father did nothing but work at a carpenter shop until he was 35, he didn't even went to college, he only went to school until 5th grade and then dropped it. He bought a rat hole of an apartment and thought he will live the rest like this, until he found my mother. After that everything changed. Now 22 years later he is retired, has a house, 2 grown-up sons and a wife. What I am trying to say is that life can change at any moment. If you don't have any friends, maybe you will get some. If you don't like your job, maybe you will find a better one. You are only in your 30s. If technology continues to improve like this, maybe you will live past 100. There is a long path ahead of you. A rough start does not mean it will always be rough. Take care. I just got started when I was 30. I had fun and traveled when I was young. I set some attainable goals when I was 30 and revisited them daily. A little bit each day, month, year begins to add up. I did take some big career chances too, which paid off. Probably because I was setting and reviewing goals. I'm somewhat comfortable now at 51, but at any age, I'm always going to think I can do more, be more, and better. Contentment is not complacency. Draw a map and follow it, but leave room to go off the path in a healthy way. I'm 37, single for the last 5 or 7 years, live at my parents', have no friends, have an art degree and work for Airbnb cleaning condos. Might sound loserish if you're thinking purely economically, but I'm quite fulfilled. I've got several hobbies that keep me busy. I've learned to cook. I camp on most weekends. I paint pictures just for the joy of it. I take hundreds of landscape photos per week. I just keep myself busy with productive things and don't let work run my life. I find it quite satisfying. I got divorced in my mid-30s. I was/am dealing with opiate addiction. I was deeply in debt. I was in trouble at work. Things were not good. However, I had a plan. I kept my head down and did what needed to be done. I accepted help from people who offered it, and I met my wife. I paid off my debt. I kept my job and performed better. I stuck to my recovery program. Now things are really good. My only regrets are A. I wasted so much money on drugs and wish I had invested it instead. B. I didn't have children earlier in life, although the sort of women I was dating, children would have been a bad idea. My point is, a lot can change in 5 years. Put your head down and work at it steadily. Make good decisions. You will be fine. Edit. Also, I'm a scientist and I know what you mean. It's a tough field to succeed in. Also, I had a great therapist and therapy helped mostly focus my thoughts, accept encouragement, and hold myself accountable. I'm in the same boat. Fuck science. It's a pity the field pays and treats you like nothing. I'm 37 and just went back to college in 2020 for another degree. The self-loathing of being stuck in a rut was really bad and I knew I needed to do something. I am late to this party, sorry. But I am 36 and have 3 kids, a loving wife, and am a stay-at-home dad. Dude, I envy you sometimes, minus my kids and wife, they are my world. You are in shape, have a PhD and have 0 holds on you. Go live your life, bud. I don't have retirement, no career, a bullshit bachelor's degree I never used, and 40k in student loans. If we saw each other in public, we'd be envious of each other, dude. Comparison is the theft of joy. Honestly, if you are ripped, you could slay on the apps with that alone. Accept that you are average and that it is not a big deal. Our education often had this narrative that you need to achieve something. Be the one. Do awesome stuff. But first, only few people will be lucky enough to do that. And secondly, there's no meaning in that too. Life is useless. We are just puppets to the socio-economics forces which make history with or without us. So I think what you need is mostly to accept how all our lives are meaningless and average. Enjoy your hobby and make friends through them. Having some fun without suffering is the only thing we can do while waiting for death. Change jobs, move cities, make new friends/relationships. Or stay the course, but if you want change, you will need to be the one who brings it about. My advice to you is to seek professional help. Bro, looking at your history. Just do shirtless science videos on YouTube. Done. It's still science, you aren't working in an Amazon warehouse. Don't be so dramatic. Delve into your passions, through clubs etc. People look past all sorts of social anxiety issues if you are just as passionate as they are about a hobby. A quick look at your profile says that you are smart, PhD, have a job in science, ripped, get a bit of perspective. You've obviously been able to channel dedication into parts of your life, you need to be more positive and start doing those things around people. Honestly, man, don't compare yourself to others. Don't cope with it, take some steps to improve your life to the point you will be happy at it. No matter how small, any progress is a step towards that goal that needs to be celebrated. You got this, dude. Why are people so judgmental? If someone says their job is a dead end, your 5SEC Google search isn't gonna solve any problems. Also, as an undergrad in this area, I have seen so many of my seniors struggle. Socially, economically, and emotionally. Rather than giving your expert advice, try just supporting a guy for once. Some years of therapy and then started uni again. I'm my mid-30s. Still on it, but it is going really nice and already landed a fantastic job in the field with good perspective for the future. Nothing I had imagined back in my early 20s, but here we are. Act now and start pursuing the career you want, never too late to start if you enjoy it. Get on a dating app and build some confidence. Everyone else is re-emerging from isolating inside for a year, the social playing field now is as level as it ever will be. Ride the coattails of 2021, as the year gets better and as COVID leaves the picture, you can eliminate that bad feeling and its causes rather than just cope with it. Well, I did a drastic career change in my early 30s. You just have to accept that the path you're on isn't going anywhere and begin to envision what you want life to be. And then how do you get there? A couple of big caveats. Number 1, don't sweat the details because much is going to be determined by chance. Number 2, it won't be easy, and in fact, unless you're lucky, it won't be pretty at times. You're in your mid-30s, you have time, but you don't want to be hating life in your mid-40s. Yo. 29, PhD and ensuing mental health issues here. Yeah, fuck science. Once you get chewed the and spat out by that dirty motherfucker, you're pretty much ruined. Try doing your own shit. Stock market? Got any weird hobbies you're passionate about and could make money from? Go into the third sector. I personally just give up. Success is a social construct, and by extension so is failure. No one calls TLA Lion a failure because it sleeps 18 HRS a day. GG, go next. Fuck science. Same way I dealt with being a loser in my 20s, teen years, and childhood. Poorly, lol. Early 30s here. I started in sociology, went for big data, and hated every single second on it. Living with parents, undateable, but at least I had a few friends. Swapped career, I started as oil mechanic, got the crane operator license, now I run my own business and I'm in the deal for a new home. It's kind of fucked up to say, but 2020 it's been a great year for me. Best advice I can give is fuck your actual field, you don't own it, nothing, and shouldn't let it anchor you. Don't fucking cope with it, do something. Best of luck, mate. Shag chicks in their early 20s. I'm 24 and I feel like I'm well on my way to being in the exact same situation. You cope by posting your woes on Reddit like the rest of us. I'm female, 35. I also fucked up my education by not taking something more worldly. The burnout rate is high and due to childhood trauma. I'm just fed up and now have a 10-year suicide plan. I was going to aim for 40, but I think I can try another 5 years. I try to take things day by day. I try to keep up with personal hygiene and doing chores. I try not to slip. I am, however, drinking wine and smoking weed daily. My ex also messed me up hard, so I'm dealing with that. Living back with my parents is a struggle because they have failed me in life and I partly blame them for how I turned out. I know I have potential, but it's hard to keep going. The best advice I can give is to keep up with personal hygiene and do chores. It's easy to slip and slack and let things go to shit. I hope you feel better. A lot of us as people, regardless of gender, are struggling in so many ways. Smoke weed every day. Find a job where you can be high all the time. Find a woman who loves weed and smoke with her. Move somewhere cool. Go on vacations. Start a new hobby. Get a dog. Rob a bank. Smuggle hard drugs. Be your own boss. Mediocrity is fine. I go to the beach twice a year. I don't get arrested. I have expendable income. Try taking up a trade, a few people I know have gone that route after their original careers died out and have been enjoying it so far. They're electricians and get great benefits, time off, and decent pay. Might be worth looking into. Just recently got into my career of nursing at 32, finished my first year. I was in the same boat. Do what makes you happy at the moment. Find a hobby, get into a new career, and get a little out of your comfort zone. It's a day-by-day process. I still have a ton I want to work on, but have noticed my life has improved by just going for it. I believe in you. Be kind to yourself. Don't think things that might drag you down. Don't think things about yourself that you wouldn't say to everyone you meet. Keep your chin up, your shoulders back, and smile at other people. You will be amazed at how this will help you. Of course, you still have the work of getting it together, but if you feel good, you will do better. I developed a drinking problem and took up golf. What would make you happy? Making more money? Having more free time? Or getting laid more? I have a master's in bio and worked for U.S. Department of the Interior before pivoting to teaching HS at a private school. I make more than you are saying you make, live in LA, and the job isn't super demanding, and I get vacations. Was a good move for me. PM me if you'd like advice on moving into teaching. Good luck, my friend. Science is still interesting to me, but I can agree it's underpaid and undervalued in many ways. Was never married but bought a home with a GF and it didn't work out. Sold my home and ate a big cost, now filing for custody and focusing on self-improvement and my career as well as fitness. Reading your replies made me realize that you are living the life I'm planning for in my 30s, scientist, physically fit, moving to different countries, and it just terrifies me how disappointed you are. Try volunteering somewhere. You'll feel good about yourself for doing it and you'll make new friends. It's never too late to make a change. I went back to school at 30 and changed careers at 32. I met my wife when I was 28, and most of the people I call friends now I met just a few years ago. Put yourself out there, invest in yourself. Make some changes. I can relate to the romance part, and my advice is don't give a fuck. Take walks, find things you like to do and do them. You don't need a woman to be happy. When women are living single, isn't this considered an empowering thing? Don't need a man to feel fulfilled? Everyone who's single ought to feel that way. Romance, a good partner of course that can be fulfilling and add value to your life, of course. But a bad romance can leave you fucked up. I, a divorced person, can attest to this. In general, just live your life and appreciate whatever it is you have, because the thing is, if you magically attained a little more romantically, professionally, or whatever, your mind has a tricky way of moving the goalposts and making you wishing you had even more, anyway. Practice appreciation, practice happiness. Instead of coping, you can stop being a loser instead. It's simple even if it isn't easy. Set achievable goals and pursue them. Nobody cares that you don't have the past you wish you did except you. People care about who you are right now. Someone achieving goals isn't a loser. Not trying to be insulting or flippant, but why cope with it? I would be working harder to not be a loser. You stop calling yourself a loser and work bit by bit to build something. It doesn't happen overnight, but you keep studying, keep learning how to improve. Pick up as much info as possible. Keep going, keep trying. 30 this year. Don't know yet, but I can't reiterate this enough. Fuck academic science. OP, your second edit was glorious, haha. Mid-30s, 5 to 11, great body, so probably good to okay looking, sexy science-y postdoc. Hey, can I have your life? Can't shake the feeling that this is one massive ego wank fest for you. Your life is great. Getting a corp job isn't impossible with your skill set. Try harder, fail harder at job apps. Relationships are much more unpredictable. Maybe apply for jobs at cities with higher odds of meeting new gals? LA, New York. I'll kill to have your life.